by the Nightmare Solomon, or Gato, who infiltrated the EFSF secret base, stole the GPO2, and used a nuke, and also dropped a colony on the Earth. After this.
What is going on, people? Welcome to the Undergated Podcast, presented to you by the Undergated Network. I am Coop at It's Coop on Instagram. Join with me today, I have my homie, of course, as always, Gunpla Tesseract Austen. What's going on, man?
What's up, everybody? What's up? It's AOZ month, Year of the Rabbit as well. I mean, it's a good time to be alive, my friend. It's a good time to be alive. How you doing?
I can't complain, man. Can't complain, and we're going to dive right into some AOZ in this jam-packed episode, fun-filled episode. I think it's going to be a lot of interesting topics and some dope information. So all the viewers and listeners out there, get your pencils and notepads and iPads and laptops ready. We're going to have some knowledge. We're going to bring you some school. Austin's going to take you to school in a little bit. We don't have the homie CD here today, but we'll hold it down for him. This is going to be fun. But of course, as always, we're going to start off with the greetings. How's your week been, Austin, man?
It's been all right. It hasn't been too bad. I've been working on some projects. Got enough time to get through to them. Taxes are coming up, so had to work on those and everything, and get all that stuff finalized, and some stuff I had to refill because I'm a big boy now, so there's more taxes I have to do, which is always fun. But besides that, it's been all right. Have just a normal week. Yeah,
I hear that, man. For me, it's been good. Actually great, to be honest with you. Got offered a new position at a new job. So I start that in May, the first week of May. I'm excited about that new chapter in my life. Yeah, man. And it's a hybrid job too. So it's 3 days in the office, 2 days at home. Exactly what I was looking for. Yeah, I'm excited. Not that far.
3 days in the office, 2 days at home, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like 30 minutes away from the house. It's in Norfolk. So beats that hour 15-minute drive to Richmond one way every day. So
yeah, especially that hour. I don't even know how people drive an hour to work, man. In my life, I've only ever lived no longer than 30 minutes from my job, and most times I only lived maybe within 15. So an hour drive to get anywhere kills me. Every time I have to go to Virginia Beach, I'm just like, this is terrible.
Coming from the guy that frequents Northern Virginia, like it's nobody's business,
right? It's funny, if I'm going there for pleasure, it's fine. If I'm doing it for work, it's horrible.
Yeah, in the morning it's not that bad. I get on the interstate and it's a straight shot. I mean, what's Interstate 64? It's a straight shot. But I'm glad to hear that you had a good week, brother. Let's go into the fun part. Building and breaking down that backlog. Anything new you have in? Anything you been waiting for and it finally came in? Anything like that?
So, my Genesis is finally being shipped out. I think I've been waiting for this kit for, oh Lord, how long have I been waiting for this kit? I ordered it, I think last year, back in sometime last year, but dude, it finally got the notification that it's being shipped out. So I don't have it with me yet, but at least I know it's on the way. They said it should be here today, which means it should be here on Thursday, which means it should be here sometime next week.
Yes. Knowing USA Gundam, that sounds about right.
Yeah. So I that's why when I saw the ship today, I was like, no, it's not. But also, I did pick up one new item from Hobbytown USA from the when I went to the Gundam meetup there on Saturday. And that was just one Suletta Mercury Figure Standard figure. And I told a lot of people, I already told the plan, when I get this, I was gonna combine her head with the 30-minute mission sisters, Lucita, which is her here. This isn't Seletta's head yet, but I was going to build up the head and get the figure with, I think you guys can see it, the swimsuit figure I have up there.
Yeah,
and
you showed last episode. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, and matter of fact, I have Seletta's head actually all built up and ready to go. So, yeah, I just need to finalize some other parts of the Lucita part, and then it should be all set. And that's actually all I picked up. Besides I picked up some sanding sticks, and I got there and I realized I forgot all my building material, all my nippers and sanders. So I just bought some while I was there. So now I have the cheap nippers that are $8, and I was like, oh, I remember why I switched to single blades. And I got the cheap sanders, and I was like, oh, I remember why Gunpla was pretty good. So it was a nice experience of getting reminded, like, oh yeah, that's right. The putting money into some of the stuff is actually worth it.
Yeah, absolutely, because I'm using the $11 God hands right now because my God hand, my $60 one's a chip, but I could. It's a difference. It's a pulling plastic versus cutting through plastic. It feels
right.
Like.
Yeah, like it's. Like there's a difference between like slicing something, right, and then just literally breaking through sheer force and physics.
Yeah,
and you're just like, why on earth is this like ridiculous?
Yeah, it should. Yeah, so I'm like,
it feels like you're committing like some type of act of violence against the kit,
right? And I'm like, man, I don't know because here they are right here. I got some work on here. And it's just, I don't know, like, it just, anything that doesn't have a spring is always it's always questionable. Any nipper that does not have the spring in the middle makes me question how good it is.
And you know what? It's crazy is I got the third party of the third party, and I got the even cheaper ones. And even these are better though, which is crazy. They're actually sharper, but they dole out really quickly, and you have to kind of
what's it, $8
shape them. Yeah. Well, the other one was for $4, and they were entry grade nippers, and I'm like,
oh yeah,
never again, my friend.
My daughter has those. She can't tell her anything with those. Those are
like safety scissors.
Yeah. To her, those are hand gods.
Yeah, hand gods.
Me,
Jesus
hands.
Jesus hands.
Me, I did get a mixed bag, man. A mixed bag of stuff. I want to kind of start off with this. Make sure I'm not forgetting anything. I want to start off with small stuff. I went to Hobby Town on Saturday as well. Might have just missed it. I only stayed for like maybe 30-45 minutes.
Yeah, they said you were in and out.
Yeah, I saw Travis. He was working on the MGX, the Strike Freedom. Yep, Strike Freedom. Yep. And looks pretty decent. I didn't pick one up for people that's listening. I don't even worry about like, here it is. No, don't worry. But he did.
You sure you're becoming me?
Yeah, right. He did toss me. I guess this comes in a box.
Yep, that comes in the
box.
The
multi-stand runner that holds, I'm going to assume maybe eight runners. It is cardboard. You just fold it. Here's the directions, right? Like you just fold it, and 1 + 1 = 2. What's crazy is how this is already better than I could tell than the gun primer clips the runner clips that I bought like a few episodes back.
Really?
Yeah, because the gun primer ones just fit. It's just, I don't know what gun primer was thinking when designing those. It just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. It's like, imagine if this had a back,
and
you put a runner in, and if the runner is long, it's just gonna tip.
Oh, just fall. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So you can't balance. You can't balance it.
Its weight distribution is too far out, or center of gravity is too far out.
Correct. I did get in a figure that when I opened the order from USA placed the order for people, because people have been asking me. Shout out to Mike Bills too. He put me onto SMS. This is the brand I used to do all my painting. I have some others like Studio G. I have some Mr. Hobby, but I probably have close to 50-70 bottles of SMS in different colors. So It's pour and spray. Um, Point. I'm gonna try to put it up there so people can pause it. 0.3 needles, spray about 12 to 15 psi. It's already pre-thin, ready to go. Picked up more picked up more white for the Exia because I felt like I was running out, and that went in with an order for a figure. Apparently, it was a figure. I didn't know it was a figure. I thought it was a kit. I've been eyeing this, I guess, figure, quotes, air quotes for the listeners on Spotify. It is Amelia. It is a third-party figure, 1 in 1/12 scale. Sorry about the glare. It has 3 head sculpts, the body, some soft goods, a backpack, like a knife, a sniper rifle, multiple hands. Again, I thought this was a kit. Because I don't know much about high-end imported figures. So I'm thinking it's like the kit, like the Bringer of Light kit I brought. So USA got me. Well, I got myself. Got me twice. On kits versus figures. That's on me for not doing like any research.
And also just to shout out, it's pretty hard because the tabs up there, they'll say action model kit or action figure kit, but sometimes they switch the two. I saw on some things that I thought about buying, and I have to literally Google the name of whatever it is I'm about to buy and look up reviews of it before I can, or anything information I can gain on it, because it will confuse you. And all the pictures, they look like kits.
And so, and I'm looking at the hands. It's like 3 head sculpts. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, it's just not dawning on me. It could be a figure, but it is what it is. This kind of puts a cork in my girl figure / kit right now, because this was like I told myself if this was a kit, this was going to be my last girl kit. If this is not a kit, I might squeeze out another girl kit, but I don't know. That's I don't know yet.
I got you.
I'm not going to listen to Austen put me on a one. But I want to get ready to take some shots with this later on down the week. So make sure you follow me on IG. I did drop the Ronin, a picture of the Ronin figure that I picked up from USA as well this week. I'm almost done. I promise you.
No, take your time.
I went to Hobby Lobby. And Hobby Lobby is not like Hobby Town. It's almost more of a Michael's, but they do sell model kits every other week. What the employee told me was every other week at Hobby Lobby, it's 40% off. So people, be mindful when you go to these conventions that some of these vendors are selling these Hobby Lobby kits that they buy for 40% off, and they sell it to you a little bit marked up. Some of these Hobby Lobby kits could be the Wing Zero real grade, the Zaku F2 from Stardust Memory. You could tell after a while these are Hobby Lobby kits. So if you have a Hobby Lobby, go check it out. I picked up a long time ago a Moon Gundam from there, a Goof, and a Transformer kit, all 3 for $57. So that 40% off sale, that 40% off sale it's all box model kits. So it starts off with the cars, and they have one master grade there now, and it is the Grandpa or the RX 78-2 1.5. So if you're looking to get into the hobby, go to Hobby Lobby, get that master grade for cheap. It's a pretty dope master grade. But obviously it's an arts and crafts store. So I picked up for $10. Flaw on my part too, disclaimer. It is a double-decker storage container.
Okay.
Yeah. So for $10, you can't beat it. I use these to separate parts, and I could probably almost use the 2 different kits, right? And I could go 2 different kits. Only thing when I purchased it, I wasn't paying attention. I'm gonna have to fix it with some duct tape or something. But each section, I don't know, for the people that's on YouTube, Each section has a little U right here for spacing, and I want to have to close that off so pieces don't fall down. Like the arm, I'm looking for the hand, and it's over here in the legs, so I want to have to close those off. But we're talking about 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 24 23 to 24 slots. I say 23 because this one in the middle is 2, so that's really good for like shields, any longer pieces, guns, things that might not fit in this. And it's, like I said, it's double-sided. And it was $9.99 at Hobby Lobby. I'm gonna put some duct tape and close off those sections, those little openings and vents. Also, while I was there, because I did start Coop's Corner, so be on the lookout, people, for Coop's Corner. Toy Hunt videos are coming back or coming to you. Depends on how long you've been following me. I found this boy.
Wow!
Yeah,
look at that.
This is a. I'm trying to see if it has the. It is a. Does not have the size. No, it is 20 by 30 inch RX-78-2 poster or canvas. It was $42, but they were having 40% off of it's called the Spring Shop. So any type of Spring Shop art, you get 40% off. So this was $23.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
I've been looking for art to put on my wall, and I've been looking for Gundam art particularly to put on my wall.
Gundam art. I'm gonna say heart. Gundam art is hard to come by. Even at conventions, they're hard to come by. If you do see them, they're like part of those new fluorescent looking type of art prints that's going for like 2 for $160. It's like damn. So glad I was able to pick this up for the listeners on Spotify. This is it's pretty much a canvas picture of the RX-78-2 in a newer. I say this is the 3.0. I was on 3.0.
That looks like the 2.0 mixed with the 3.0, because the 3.0 doesn't have the or the 3.0 the forearms.
Yeah,
they're a little bit different design, and the knees are different design, but it has and all that's the only RX-78 that has all those panel cutouts, right? So it looks like the 2.0 mixed with the 3.0.
Yeah, so it's an up to date looking version of the RX, which is even better because I'm not a big fan of the old school look of the RX. Oh, the like the 1.0s and the 1.5s and stuff like that. I'm not. Gundam. I'm not. Let me know when Origin starts, right? Like, last but not least, shout out to the homie Austen. This is a great segue, great theme for today. Austen, I came home. My girl looked at me crazy because she walked in the house first, and I was getting stuff out of the car. Austen was able to gift me the RX-178 Gundam Mark II in Titans colors. One of the best looking mobile suits in general. I mean, I'm talking about in general. This is the 2.0 version. I appreciate it, bro. I don't know if I want to pick up the AU version, but this looks sick. Man, this looks good.
Well, so enjoy it, man. Yeah, no problem. I think I told everybody last week, for y'all constant viewers, that I did buy it originally just for the gun, for the gun and the shield, and got the gun and the shield. And once I got the gun, I got the shield. I was like, all right, Coop, I'll meet you on whatever day. And then you weren't there, so I was like, I'll just drop it off by your house because get this out of here before I build it.
This looks amazing. I'm gonna do. Anytime I get a gift from someone, I want to do it justice. Like, even though he didn't gift it to me, I purchased it from him. Kenneth at Hobbytown, he was able to give me a pretty good deal on the Exia. That's one reason I kind of want to make sure I do it justice for him. So, yeah. And then I think that's it. I wanted to save that for last, so I promise you that's it. That is
Yeah.
it.
I think at this point I'm becoming your number one supplier for master grades. I got you the heavy arms. I got you the Mark II. You
You
saw
might
my,
be.
my things up there. I'm getting ready to get rid of maybe some of those because I got
Hey,
some of the
hey,
stuff
hey,
coming in.
hey,
So
hey, hey, hey! Come on now.
yeah, we all know that Wing Zero.
But it's a great segue. I mean, you just brought up the fact of getting a gun and a shield. Because I want to pose this with the both beam sabers out. I like that pink pops on the
Mhm.
with the Titans blue. So I don't even need the shield or the gun. But that goes right into the next segment, which is what's cooking. What's some kits you have in progress? I see the desk back there. It's getting there, man. It's looking good. It looks like a worker's desk. What you working on, man?
Yeah, so I essentially was working on the Suletta Mercury, which I sewed the head for that, and just gotten done putting the decals on the upper half of the Jagan custom that I'm building. So all the decals, the lighting's not 200% there, but if it zooms in, you can see that.
I
Oh,
can see
actually,
it a
that
little
makes it
bit.
darker. Yeah, but yeah, the decals are on there now, and she's coming together, and the top coat's on it as well. So if you can see clearly, the blue isn't as shimmery anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty matted, and I decided to go with a matte coat because I decided I am going to weather this a little bit. I remember I was going back and forth, and I kept telling myself, you know what, it would make more sense for me to just go ahead and give this a combat weathering, not a full on combat weathering, but just enough to,
Subtle of good
yeah,
subtle weathering.
yeah, a good subtle, nice taste of it instead of just going full out. But and I was going back and forth whether I need to paint the entire inner frame. I decided actually I like the color of the inner frame. I'm probably just going to do touch ups here and there for like the joints and probably the visor. I might go in with a chrome marker and chrome the entire inside of the visor. Let that dry and then put the glass in. That way you can have a bit more light coming off of the back of it. But besides that, yeah, that's pretty much the number one thing I was working on, and I was working like a madman because I had forgotten just how long decals take. Oh my god!
Yeah.
Oh my god! What you saw was the whole day.
Sheesh.
I haven't even gotten to the legs of the arm yet because I kept going because
And that's the worst ones.
bro, and I have a ton of decals, right? So I'm going back and forth. Which one looks best? Where should I put this?
Yeah.
I'm literally taking pictures and drawing out on the thing where I want them to go, and I finally got it all worked out. And I was like, "Oh my god, it's 5:00." I started at 10.
I want to start doing the legs and arms first. Like
I
it's a
should've.
workout because I get real sick when you have to put 4 like in, out, in, out. Okay, let's move down to the lower thigh, in, out, in, out. Okay, let's move down to the calf, in, out, in, out.
The
So
Jagan, it's even a little bit worse because in the master grade they put these little tiny indents here, left and right on it. So essentially, you have to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then do it on the other side. So you have 12 cutouts in total. You have to do
and you're
just
not
for
even
the small little dots.
and then you're talking about 4, 4, 8. You look at that's 20 because you at least maybe I don't know about you. I'm a decal guy. I like a good decal kit. So when I'm doing custom decals, I at least try to put 4 on each foot.
4 on each foot.
Yeah, you know, so the top part, the heel, and left and right of the foot, inside and out. So
yep. No, I understand.
That's 20 decals for just the legs.
Yep.
God,
20.
man, but it's going to look amazing.
We do it for the end product. I do it because I want to see what it looks like when it's finished. I'm getting excited now. I'm starting to actually feel it.
Absolutely, yeah. And I can't wait to see the Suletta, which your spin and take on that, which is going to be dope. For me, I bit the bullet, man. I was talking to CD. I was like, man, I'm kind of in a dry spell. I know I'm working on the Exia, and I'm not complaining about like the Exia at all. So, but I want to do something to kind of keep me going. And it's AOZ month in April. AOZ April. Shout out to the homie Nick Models and More Than One. They do a AOZ month. We'll talk more about that later. So I said, I want to dive into this, man. I know think some of the rules, I don't know what the rules are for real, for real. I think one of the rules is you can't work on a kit that you already started. So I can't bring out the TR1 Hazel. That I've
You
already
started
built
last year, technically.
Yeah, technically, right? So I broke out, and shout out to the homie CD, the the RX. What is this? What is this,
Yep.
Austin?
That is a TR1 Advanced Hazel. So you can skip the RX121
Okay.
dash 2A. The only numbers that really matter in AOZ are TR1 or TR6. That's literally the only two. That's the only two things you really need to know.
Gotcha. So we working on a TR1 Hazel, Advanced Hazel, which I was going back and forth about the paint, but now I decided on one, and I want to show y'all when we get towards the end of the month. So make sure y'all following me on Instagram. I'm almost done with the whole cleaning process. I think I have the legs, waist, and backpack, and whatever the arm units for the waist. Here it is how it. I want to pick up a second one because y'all know me. I really don't do a whole lot of custom colors when I do my kits. This one will be a custom colorway, and I want to do it again in the Titans blue because the Titans blue is sick, man. I don't know if the people on YouTube, if y'all know how the Titans blue look, y'all know the Titans blue on Spotify. For the listeners, the Titans blue is probably one of the dopest colorways in all of Gundam, and I wish they did more of it. I wish we could get. Again, we'll dive into that in a little bit, but that's all I'm working on in the Exia. I've done I think the last time I talked to you, I think I've done the arms, the shoulders, and the hands and the arms and stuff. I was kind of not in a funk, like I was saying, but the day I was painting, everything wasn't going right. So it was kind of like the universe telling me, "Hey, you need to just stop." Like I knocked over a rattle can of a full can, just took the plastic off of it, off the Mr.
Oh
Mr.
no.
Something Mr.
Hobby or
Mr. Hobby Gloss, whatever, UV cut.
Tomie. Oh yeah. Oh, the UV cut. Yeah.
So
wait a minute. Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah, the nozzle. I'm thinking, oh, of course, can hit the ground. Nozzle goes left, can goes right. All right, cool. I found the nozzle. Get the can. No, the stem for the nozzle snapped, so I can't plug in a new stem, or I can't take out. So that's that. So man, I'm getting mad thinking about it.
Yeah. Dun dun dun. Dun, dun.
Right. But that's what I'm working on. I'm kind of excited to get started and do my own little spin on that as well.
Gotcha. Well, that's dope.
Put the Zetas, the Titans blue all around. How about that? We just put the Titans blue all around.
Titans blue all around it.
Yeah, Titans blue all around. Make me feel a little bit. Let me put the. How about that? I'll even put the instruction manual. I feel like I'm an advance of Zeta. It's an advanced Zeta episode, people. So I want to do it. Next up is what's new. What we have coming out on Bandai. Not a whole lot, man. Which is
yeah. There were some announcements that were pretty cool. But I think what was it? It was one new master grade, which is kind of some new remodeled parts of it, and then but it's all P Bandai, so that comes with its own kind of happy, kind of mad type of thing. So yeah,
we did get this bust. This is, I think, one of those Gatchaman bust. Or no, this is a prize. So
it's one of those prize ones.
Yeah, when they do the lettering, it's gonna have the special book on the box art with you won prize A, prize B, and stuff like that. So
congratulations, you won.
Yeah. So I guess they're slowly rolling it out because it says prize A is the Freedom Gundam bust. Prize B is Kira Yadama. How do you pronounce this guy's last name?
Yamato. Kira
Yamato.
Yamato.
Drawn visual stand. Prize Seed. What is that? Luke, is that somebody also from Seed? Is it like Seed Anniversary or something?
It must be seed centric. All of it seed centric.
Yeah.
Yeah. Prize A, Freedom Gunabus, Kira Yamato, Athern Zala. Prize C, Lacus Klein and Kigali Alpha Yuna. Dawn visual stand. I don't know what the visual stand was.
I wonder if those
Newly
like
drawn.
the IBO.
Oh, newly drawn. I'm sorry. Huh? Oh, go ahead.
Like those IBO stands that you can get for certain high grades, like the I wonder if it's like that. It could
okay.
be.
Yeah. It's probably that, a newly drawn stand. Yeah. They probably drew a new picture of them together.
Okay.
Which I would kind of want that because Kigali is my favorite girl. Prize D would just be a clear bottle, visual mat, and the standard stuff from there.
Yeah, microfiber cloth, acrylic stand. Last one prize, Freedom Gundam Bus, Double Chance campaign of Freedom Gundam Bus. So we did have that, and we had this announcement. And to be honest with you, Big Dog, I kind of want this.
Okay, well, you know what? I understand the real type color Mark II is that high grade. I was trying to get forever. It's one of my favorite color designs, and I really want the box. So seeing this kind of look like that Mark II is really nice. And the fact you get the Hakushiki, but it's actually in a shimmer gold, not that curry gold you get for the regular high grade, is pretty good. So you get two pretty good kits out of this.
And to be honest with you, if you, I don't want to say split it, because I don't want the Mark II or the Zeta. I know you probably don't want the Zeta, because I'm just going to put the real grades up there. I have the Mark II real grade I have both real grades. And I would keep the Hakushikis, obviously, because there's no real grade for it. And I want this stand. If it comes.
I just want the Hakushiki and the Mark II. You can keep the Zeta. Neither of us want the Zeta.
No, I don't want the Zeta.
We all want the Hakushiki.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind the Hakushiki. But I would want the stand because I won't want to do this. I guess, theoretically, I could just get the Hakushiki high grade and paint it.
You could. It would be, you could. And you might actually end up with no, you could. Yeah, you could. You probably end up with a better gold, too. Because I have the master grade Hakushiki anyway, so mine looks absolutely fantastic.
And this is the Grips War Special Colors. So it doesn't say here if it comes with the stand, though. That's the sorry ass part. The box art looks dope.
You know what? You're right. It doesn't say it comes with the stand, does it?
Yeah, it doesn't say it at all. And in the picture, if I ordered this and it doesn't come with this triple action base, I will be sick. But because here it's like, oh, okay, cool, 3 high grades.
That looks like everything that comes in the box.
You think so?
I have a feeling that's probably all what comes with it.
Don't tell me that, man.
But you know what? That box is awfully wide, so maybe not.
I mean, we got 3 kits though.
Yeah, and they got the 3 stand. I would imagine they would throw the stand in there anyway, just because, why the heck not?
Yeah.
I mean, you got the black TriStar stand. You're not building a new stand. You're just literally printing it and putting it in the cart again.
Yeah. I don't know, because this is the only thing that makes me think it doesn't come with a stand, is because of the Mercurius and V8 that didn't come with a stand. The high grade.
Oh, that showed a stand but didn't come with one.
Showed a stand and didn't come with one. Correct. I might have to do the CD route and if I could find, I'll get it with CD and see if he can let me know about the third party and get it out again. I wouldn't need this. I'll just get the third party and get the Hakushiki.
I got you.
Because this looks amazing. I'm becoming a big fan of the no vents on the faceplate, on like the Hakushiki,
like the
Delta Plus.
And the Zeta Plus.
Zeta,
the I call it the cat mouth, because it looks like a cat mouth, but it has no vents, no face. It's all smooth.
Yeah, I'm becoming a big fan of that. We also have the Metal Robot Spirit Talkies 2 dropping this week on Thursday, 4/13.
Can I make a confession? I remember last time I was on here, I said the Talkies 2 wasn't that great of a design. I was wrong.
Yeah.
This design's fantastic. I looked at it again, and I was getting confused between the Talkies 1, Talkies 2, and Talkies 3, and my brain must have been shuffling them back and forth. I forgot that this one is the one that has the upgraded legs and knee looks. And I was like, oh, okay, good. They finally did something with the legs now. And remember, that was my main gripe. And this automatically already looks better.
Yes.
Yeah.
All three of them actually look good in their own way.
Mm-hmm.
In their own way. So hats off to Bandai for just making the design of all three Talkies is amazing. But I'm saying I'm not going to cop, but I am. I am. I'm already knee deep in these metal robot spirit figures, especially when it's Gundam Wing. I have Wing Zero, I have Death Scythe Hell, I have Ultron pre-ordered and waiting for that to ship out. This is the next in line.
You're already there, my friend.
Yeah, I'm already there. I've been waiting since 2019 for the Real Grade to re-release. It hasn't. I think the TV animated Talkies has released. I mean, when this came out, the Real Grade, it wasn't even P Bandai. P Bandai wasn't even a thing yet in the States. It was on Bluefin site, and I pump faked like it was nobody's fucking business. It was. I mean, it was probably one of the biggest. I remember saying, "Oh, $30 for both." Oh, okay, I mean, not both, but a piece, $30 a piece for the TV animated Talkies, and it stayed on Bluefin site, Bluefin brands for a while, and because that's where I copped the Eagle unit from when it released, and at one point they was giving the Eagle unit away with a jar of small chrome paint for detailing.
Oh wow!
And yeah, I think if you spent over a certain amount, you got it. And I think they did the same thing for the Talkies 1 and 2. And it sat on the site for so long. And I'm like, I'll come back to it. And I didn't. And here I am.
One day it was gone.
Yeah, and it's never released again.
Dang.
So the people, if you're on YouTube, if you have a Real Grade Talkies 2 and your backlog, money talks. So at this
Money
point,
speaks all languages.
Yeah, and knowing my luck, I'll buy it. I'm not getting hit over the head for it either, but I'll buy it off someone, and then here comes Bandai re-release Talkies 2, and I'll still buy it there too. I don't give a damn. Yeah,
that's Bandai's MO. They'll get you to buy the kit no matter what. I'm like, well, you don't want to miss out this time, do you? Do you?
Exactly.
Do you? Are you feeling it now?
But the Talkies 2 Metal Robot looks amazing. I'm going to definitely cop it. Just that if I cop it, I don't know if I am. I'm going to still get the Real Grade. So one of the dopest. Yeah, I mean this design paired with like a Sanaju, that's crazy, man. Like the red and the blue, that might be the reason why I like the Sanaju so much, because of the look, the wings, and the different backpack, not a traditional looking backpack. So
it would make sense.
Yeah. Next up, we going to do Creators Corner. We're going to hold that thought because it's just been too busy, man. Not a whole lot's going on in it.
Oh, wait a minute. There are some new products as well that was released. Yeah, do you see the Johnny Ridden Master Grade Galgoog?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and the Master Grade Johnny Ridden Zaku 2?
Oh, yeah. My bad, man.
I figured you as a Johnny Ridden fan probably caught that immediately.
That is CD. CD is
that's right. CD is the Johnny Ridden fan.
Johnny Ridden fan. I don't know about it. What you think? The
I like it's the high mobility Galgoog 2.0, which is always in my opinion been a good master grade.
Is that, I'm sorry to cut you off, is that the Char Galgoog? Is this the Char Galgoog?
Yeah, pretty much. It's the high mobility type Galgoog, so it should be the same as the Char one, but you come with some new parts that are newly built for it. You got the new backpack, which allows, and a new weapon, which is like a handheld grenade launcher or hyper launcher or whatever.
Yeah.
You get that and the backpack if it can carry the weapon, all the weapons on the back now too. So I think they have a picture of it. You keep going through. But they
try to pull it up. I got you.
Yeah, but they have that, and I'm actually digging the color scheme too. I think everything about it looks pretty darn good to me. I don't know if I'm going to pick it up. Like in my brain, I'm saying yes, you're going to pick it up. But at the same time, I'm looking at it, and I'm like, it looks good. It looks really good. I like the extra venting on the sides and the separation, and everything about it is screaming yes to me. So I'm on the fence though. Like, see there, that's the new weapon he's holding. That new handheld
almost
grenade,
like
something, or maybe a shock launcher. I'm not 100% sure what it is, but yeah, man, I'm pretty game for this. I really do like that backpack, and that color scheme is speaking to me. And usually I don't like red, like fully red suits. That's why I probably don't own any Char suits really. But that one's kind of speaking to me, so I'll have to.
I'm not a big fan of the Galgoog look. I'm
the Galgoog.
It's like I was telling CD one time. It's grown on me since I seen one time at one of the Hobbytown competitions, Master Grade. I was like, man, the guy did a really good job shading and all that on it. But something about, I don't know if it's the Dom legs, it looks like. I'm just not a big fan of the Galgoog.
That's understandable.
You know, and what was the other kit that you was talking about? That
written Master Grade 2.0 Zaku 2.
The 2.0 Zaku 2. Okay.
Yeah, the Zaku 2 2.0. Yeah.
They're doing a lot of love for Johnny Ridden. Only thing
I guess he has an anniversary or birthday coming up of his book or something, or manga.
What they need to do is it which I'm looking now, which one is it? Is because they do already have a Johnny Ridden.
Yeah, it might be a reissue. Maybe they're doing it.
They're probably doing a reissue.
I saw.
They need to drop. They need to reissue the real grade, man. The real grade has been.
Yeah, the real grade's been really sought after.
Yeah, it's been. You haven't seen that in a while. The Johnny Ridden real grade, because that's the only.
Yeah, but this one isn't.
That you could do the high mobility in real grade form.
Oh, but this is the thing. This new Master Grade Zaku 2 isn't the high mobility. It's just the regular Zaku. So they decided to. I guess it might be a reissue, but let me see. As I remember, it was on the Facebook page.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Marvin. Shout out Marvin. Was able to get it up for us real quick. Let me. Yeah.
Well, I guess if you have if you have the Black TriStar P Bandai, but if you don't, you're kind of out of luck.
Yeah.
Not a big fan of the Johnny Ridden though, man. Oh, and this one too. If you have this one as well.
Yeah, the white one. The Matsu something.
Shin Matsunaga.
There you go. That's what it is. Yeah, which I mean, you can keep it. I like the blue. I like that blue one and cream one just because it's different. But nothing I've ever gone out my way to collect. Yeah, plus you know me, I'm not the hugest mono eye guy anyway.
Yeah, that's true too at that. So
yeah, here we go. So let me see if I can bring it up.
I got you.
Come on, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. So it's going to be this guy right here. This one.
It's still high mobility.
No, it's not a high mobility. Look at the calves. They're normal.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, calves are normal. The sides are normal. There's still got the smaller spikes, and apparently it's just an MSVR. And I mean,
MSV is already a daggone. So what does the R stand for?
I don't know.
Because the MSV is already a daggone side story. Is this a side story of a side story?
MSV variations or just the suit variations, like the different types that were out there. But
Yeah.
this is kind of appealing too. I like the shield.
Why not just get the Zaku, Char Zaku? That's why I'm not.
So the Char Zaku is salmon. This is and technically his is red and darker red. Johnny Ridden is red and black. But at the same time, you're right. Why not just get the Char Zaku and paint this?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. For people who are collectors, they probably just want the box art,
which is fair. I can understand that.
It's Johnny Ridden stuff, but at the same time, I see where you're coming from. You know, it's a little bit of a stretch.
The master grade Zaku's. Shout out to Gunpla because he killed the one he's doing now.
Mm-hmm.
But with me, the master grade Zaku's, they always look funny because how wide that visor is. Like if you go back like 2 pictures, it's like he's just standing there, and it's just a really big version of the glass, and it's just like, man, like that looks menacing. But then you see that, like, come on, look how wide that visor is, man.
Well, that's why I think I like that real live Build Fighters Pedium Brandi one that came out that had the visor that was so low.
Yeah,
it looked way more menacing.
I should have picked that one up.
I wanted to get it at first, but I'm actually okay with not getting it. I was like, once again, you know, I don't really build too many mono eyes, but I was like, okay, it looks cool. It's just further proof that it would look good if it stays like that.
Right. So it's I'm not gonna cop it. I'm not gonna cop it. You said you're not gonna get it, right?
I might get that Galgook, but I'm not getting the Zaku.
Not getting the Zaku. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you letting me know about that, man. Like I said, I completely forgot all about the Johnny Ridden stuff. I seen it, but I just completely forgot it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I'm pumped for it.
Next up, we have Creators Corner, and apparently to the system, I will go first. Shout out to the homie. Call him Danny Oren Pax. I met him through doing a collaboration one time, an Ava picture collaboration. He's a toy photographer out there. He drops crazy photos, man. Crazy photos. He builds kits as well. He showed a different process of how he did here is his unicorn. Just kind of like a grungy, I think this is a high grade, but it's a grungy look with some dope lighting. He does great work, man. You get this GM that looks amazing.
That looks dope.
Yeah,
that does look dope.
Here we go. This is the picture he dropped during an Ava month.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and toy photography is fun, and especially if you get to something like on this level, it's pretty dope. It's, you know, all the creativity and stuff.
Yeah, you can make your own world come alive.
Exactly.
One of your favorite worlds. Yeah, that's dope.
Check him out on Instagram. Y'all follow him. That's Danny DANI_ Orion ORION_ Pax PAX. So Danny _ Orion Pax. And he does some girl figures as well. Some, like I said, Ava units, just all over the place. I'm a big fan of his lighting.
I'm liking the shots from inside, like a room. Like he has to build the room and everything.
Oh yeah,
get shots from that inside. That's pretty dope.
Like that. And then there's one where like Ray's just kind of like
chilling.
Yeah, but you see like the blood and stuff, like from the wounds and stuff. That's he's pretty dope, man. He's a dope guy, and you can ask him a ton of questions. He'll answer back. I wish I could find. Like this one that's figures, man. That's Michelangelo with the Ava units of that's not no pictures in print. So he has 2,600 followers. Again, criminal to see that. Here goes his kind of like his process of how he got that grungy, quick weathering. Just different. He's not a Gundam guy, so I don't expect him to really. He is a Gundam guy, but he's not like a Gunpla.
Yeah,
like how
his primary thing isn't Gunpla.
Yeah, so I'm not expecting him to do like the whole. This is how I weather. But if y'all want a quick way of just weathering, just throw it up there. He threw it in there, and he got that pretty dope shot of the unicorn. And he added a little bit more water. This is what. Yeah, and this is what you can do. I was thinking of this. What you can do if you have some just spare kits laying around and you want to build a dio, right? Like you just want to have some suits just sitting on the ground, looking like it's been through destruction, look like it's been sitting for a while. Quick easy way. Quick and easy
looks
way.
Looks like curry soup or ramen.
Right. But he's dope, and you should definitely y'all check him out. He just dropped this one, I think earlier today. There's just a girl just on the side reading some. Looks like manga, Sailor Moon manga.
The Shoujo Kosei. I actually have her kit like 3 times over.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I kept buying it.
But that's what that is my. And he does do small chibi boxes as well. Of kits, so that's pretty dope. So this looks like somebody just building. This could be one of our desks.
Yeah, we're starting to meet a lot of people who do the chibi builds.
Yeah, but y'all definitely go check him out. Dope dude, man. Dope dude. Who you got, Austen?
Yeah, mine is Joja Gundam. I don't know if we've seen him before. I don't believe we have, but it's Joe, so that's J-O, Ja, J-A-E, and then Gundam.
So Joe, J-O-E or J?
Juliet, Oscar, Juliet, Alpha, Echo, Gundam.
Gotcha. Wow.
Yep.
And right there, he gets one follow from me. Already some.
Yeah, man. I mean, he's got some pretty sweet stuff, especially starting out with the SD, but like the well painted,
cell shaded.
Cell shaded SD. Which those guys who do shell shading, get big props from me because I can't do it, or I can, but I got the time or patience or want. Really, because but it always looks fantastic when other people do it.
Come on,
right? And he's got the magnets. Yeah, it looks like the magnet connection to it, dude. It's his stuff is pretty top tier. And I was impressed with that SD. That's what I came across first when I saw it, and ever since then I've just been going down, looking through his work, and I'm like, that's what's up. This guy's on the top level, man.
Man, different guy. Just different. I love the guys that are different with their builds, man. Like I feel like cell shading is just so unique and tough. That looks like it's right out of a book.
Yeah. That looks like it's not real, man. Like it's not even 3D. Looks like it's all just 2D. Crazy.
And I would love to do a kit like this. Oh my god. Look at that. It's just that's a different avenue, different technique. Obviously, it's a different technique, but it's like I don't know what you do, right? Because after this has to become a statue, but not necessarily, because if you paint the shadows in a certain way, man, this looks amazing.
Don't it?
Yeah, he definitely got a follow from me. Shout out to this guy. Yeah, shout out to this guy. Keep doing it, man. Keep setting the bar. And again, another guy, less than 3,000 followers. Y'all make sure y'all go check him out. That's Jojae Gundam.
Yeah, I've been trying to look for people who with pretty low follows.
Yeah, because like this is stuff that, you know, like I wonder what if he entered this into like a GWBC, like how would this not win? like I get the creativity and like the
all the engineering in it too. He would have to make a booklet right next to it so people can see all the work that went into it, like the magnets, the
yeah.
small little parts, like and everything that went into it.
It looks like he, unless he just took different pictures, it looks like he clean. This is a clean shot, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is a weathered. Because look at the VFX.
Yeah, he could have built it twice. It's an SD. I wouldn't be surprised if he built it twice.
That's amazing. Shout out to him. Y'all go check him out, or her. I'm sorry. I don't. Doesn't specify him or her. I guess I gotta start doing that now. It is what it is. So definitely go check them out and give them a follow. Let them know the Undergated Boy sent you. But up next, this is the fun part, man. Austen's going to start it off with his Advance of Zeta real grade on the story and the kits. And then we're going to get right into the meat and potatoes of this episode. So Austen, take it away, brother. The floor is yours.
Where to begin? So Advance of Zeta is a small. Well, let's start at the beginning. So Advance of Zeta started off as a magazine image story that was printed or serialized in Gengeki Hobby, and it is a story that follows around the main characters of a main pilot who just joins the Titans test team unit and the group of the Titans test team. And the Titans test team is essentially what it stands for. It is a team that tests out new mobile suits for the Titans. If you guys ever watch Zeta, the Titans have a lot of experimental prototype suits left and right, going here and there. And in the background, these are the guys who were pretty much just slapping on different parts of different mobile suits to find out what works. And instead of just going out into like a testing range or test field, they would often throw them in combat to see how they would perform. And one of their main suits that you would see them start off with were the Gym Quells. And the Gym Quells were essentially just GM or custom GM customs. But one thing they would do with them is that they would put a Gundam head on the Gym Quell because of the legend of the Gundam that rose from the 1 Year War. What this will do is that this will allow them to essentially put fear into the Xeon remnants that the Titans were hunting down. And for example, right here, we have actually a Gym Quell, but with a Gundam head, and we call these the Hazel. And this is essentially the birth of the Hazel unit. The Hazels are essentially just Gym Quells that have these modified Gundam heads that are built up to look like Gundams. So all Hazels that you see are technically GMs. They are not Gundams. So even the one that you're building, the countless ones I have built, these are all technically not Gundams. They're technically GMs. But the line kind of gets blurred because it gets to a point where they perform so well and so close to Gundams that you have to kind of question yourself as, is it really not a Gundam? But I mean, we eventually advance from these them testing out these Hazel units to testing extremely experimental units like the TR6 Hazeth Le Ra, which is essentially this unit. And the story essentially just follows these group of guys and how they go back and forth and trying to deal with when they come to light with the Titans' real goals and how kind of authoritarian they are and some of the things that they try to do and accomplish. And the story ends up ending with the main character sticking with the Titans test team, but ended up having to go on trial because he followed his duty and he ends up in jail. But the main character pilots the Hazel Custom, which is the most popular and well known of the Hazel units, and the Hazel Custom would be this machine right here. Yeah, and in Gengeki Hobby, the whole idea of the Titan test team was to make mobile suits kits that were just variations of kits. As you can see, this is a diorama that shows these other support unit parts like the Hoodaroo extension part, where if you add that onto it, you make a Hazeth Le Ra. If you have two of them, you can make a Hazeth Le Ra 2. Here's the advanced Hazel that Coop you're building. Right here in the corner. And then if you have all the parts together, which you have the advanced Hazel, the Hoodaroo parts, you can make the Hazel Osla, or this is the first version of the Hazel Osla. You also need a Primrose part to make the Hazel Osla. And then if you have two Hootaroos, you can make the Hazen Clay Raw 2, which is essentially the giant form of it. And then if you have the TR6s with the Hootaroo 2 attachment unit, you can. But this is what I'm talking about. You can essentially, it's all just a cavalcade of suits that turn into a cacophony, a sheer cacophony of variations, options, mixes and matches. And there's just a whole world of Advance of Zeta, and it's huge and expansive. The storyline isn't as important as it is the suits that they produce. Kind of take the main stage of the story.
How are the kits? What you've a plethora of kits. I know you just posted some on IG. How are the builds from this build already? Sorry to cut you off. This is if you just snap building this is a real simple build. I mean, I don't know if all of them are like this, obviously with the high grades, but 33 steps, and some of the steps are just like put the beam saber in the hand, right? So simple, real simple, right? Like,
yep, easy. The thing I would say is easy and compatibility. So if you look at the instruction manual for the Hazel Custom, right? And then if you look at the instruction manual for the Hazel Oslaw Next Generation production machine, there are barely any different steps.
Oh no, you're right.
Right.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
As you see, there's a lot more stuff that's attached, and that's because the attachment points and the joints are all shared between them. So you can mix and match and make whatever you want essentially come to life. And you can have a whole bunch of customization and variations and whatnot. For the builds, it kind of depends on how far you want to take them. If you just want to snap it up, it's going to look pretty good, but there is some painting required. For example, I believe this is actually one of our first episodes. I talked about the painting that's done on these Hazel kits, is that in the vents, wherever you see yellow, wherever there's black involved, you're essentially painting. Yeah. So anything you see black on here, there's painting. The fingertips and the Advance of Zeta, their signature call sign for these Advanced Zeta kits are the red fingertips.
Yeah.
And these never come out the box red. You have to
paint. I don't know why. I don't really.
Too tiny.
Yeah,
too tiny. Yeah, they would be pre-painted, and that would cost them a lot of money for Bandai. Kotobukiya pre-paints some stuff, and you can tell that it's automatically an extra $20 sometimes. It's ridiculous. But yeah, and you get like there's a lot of painting involved, but it's a very fun build. If you ever just want to build it up and make it easy, you can. I've always enjoyed just doing that little tiny bits of paint here and there. I've never done a full paint, like a inner frame and the outer and everything like that. All this is just the plastic that came out the box. I just threw the decals up. I cleared up some pieces and top coated it. But if you want to take it to that next level, since this is an old kit, there are a lot of parts that have seam lines right down the middle of stuff. So for example, like the forearms. On the Hazels, they have a seam line that runs right down the middle, and that you have to essentially glue the arm and then sand it off if you want to get rid of that seam line. And since it's an older kit, you find that here and there. And the head, there's a lot more painting involved in the head. The vent areas, you're going to need black. You're going to need the stickers if you want to paint green for the top visor or not. There's a lot of stuff involved. There's a lot more hands-on stuff involved if you want to get it as complete color accurate as you can. But the build of it's pretty easy. The only issue I would say is that if you have joint guard to prevent this from happening. So if you look here, there's a swivel joint that's in like a ball peg in there. That's not very strong. And the thing with the Hazels is that they keep adding stuff onto their backs. And as a result, they don't become as strong. So this one I've put joint guard on there, but if you see, it's
still dips,
right? So I would say put a bit of joint guard, maybe a little bit of glue just to toughen it up, because even when you get to the TR1 Hazen Slay Raw 2s, which are the way more advanced versions of these, they still have that dip, because they are all built on the same frame idea.
Backpack heavy.
Yeah, they're backpack heavy.
So what do you give it the grade? What's Austen's real grade on? Oh, you have the master grades too as well.
I do have the master grade TR1 Hazel. I have actually not built it.
Oh, that's right. That's you waiting.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
big
the
jewel.
Grail kit. Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
Grail kit for me. So I'm waiting for a few more pieces to come in for me to make that. I'm gonna need the Primrose, the Advanced Hazel, and a few other things, and then I'm gonna be able to snap that up and paint it. But for the majority of the kits, they are high grades. There aren't a lot of master grade AOZ kits. There's no TR6 Wound Warts, which the TR6 Wound Wart is also the most popular, I think,
Yeah.
kit. It's actually the poster child of Advanced Zeta, and that would be this kit here in the corner. Just recently we had a P Bandai drop of it as well.
A different color too, wasn't it? Like
Black, yeah. They had the
black.
Psycho Blade version. So this was the black, which is Xeon Mars variant. Which apparently after the Tions fail, the Titans test team that don't want to fall over to the EFS or the AUG end up joining Xeon, and they go off to Mars and starting their own little faction there. And they're called Xeon Mars. And that actually you would see reflected in, I wonder if I have the picture here of it. Yeah, and them testing out even cooler suits like the Rehaze, which is a TR6, which we saw earlier, right? Just painted black.
Yeah.
Haze Slay into a Rehaze, which is a lot more boosters, a lot more added on parts, and even walks through the steps of how you add it onto it.
Amazing. And we're going to dive a little bit more in depth as well. Austen just took us pretty far, and this is some fun stuff. But what's the overall grade, brother?
Build quality, I've never had an issue with them. A very easy build. Besides that joint in the chest part, that's the only thing I've ever had to deal with. Sometimes when you start adding on a lot more parts, things start getting a little bit finicky. Like some parts start to fall off. You need a little bit of more tack. It's a kit that requires a bit more love than usual, but the end result is fantastic. So for newcomers, I'm going to give it maybe a B plus. There are other kits I think you get a lot more bang for your buck for just snapping together. But if you're going to put those tender love and care in it, and you're going to try, it's an A plus. It's gotcha. I don't see anything really wrong with it. I've never had problems building them, and the amount of customization you can get from just even owning just two different ones, right? Just two different ones, you can get a huge range of customization. The only biggest problem is that a lot of it's kind of sometimes hidden behind P Bandai. But we'll talk about that later. But yeah, no, this gets an A plus for me. I like just about all of them. I've built almost every high grade kit that they have of it. So, and even the expansion parts, the Hootaroo, Primrose, Hootaroo 2, all that stuff. Yeah.
That's what's up, man. You got me into it, and just this whole Nick models and more in one and this Advanced Zeta stuff that's going on right now. It's fun. It's fun. I don't think I really do a whole lot of like participation in group builds. But definitely wanted to dive into this. So if y'all been listening, it's AOZ April. So on Instagram, I'm gonna bring it up right now. Mourn1, that's MOURN.1. Pretty known guy in the community. Him and a couple other builders, I know Nick Models, they do an Advance of Zeta April, which is pretty dope, man. Give you more, I guess more than one kind of spearheads this whole thing, and I don't blame him. It's a Gundam community build, so it's still April if you're watching this now. I don't know how these kits, even the standard releases, are hard to find. I had to get that one from CD, and I had to buy my regular TR1 Hazel from Mark from Hobbytown. But Advance of Zeta, I don't know what the rules particularly are. Let's see if he has the rules. So he has the logos, test team, many more prizes. This is pretty dope stuff. And I'm trying to see. He has frequently asked questions. How do I enter? Can I enter a built model kit? No, you must build and paint the model kit during the month of April. Do I have to paint? No. If you're building an Advanced Zeta kit, you don't have to paint it. So he runs a pretty tight ship, and I like it. The organization behind it, it's pretty dope. And Nick Models, he's the homie. Shout out to him. He backs it as well, so I want to support it. But this is check out more than one. It goes a little bit in depth, just like how Austen did. The Hazel markings. You got the what are the thrusters? The backpack.
Yeah. So you have the high mobility thruster, or shield boosters. So they're shields, but they're also act as boosters. So sometimes you have and you can put them on your back and pretty much become like extra thrusters here on the back.
And this is
it's very extensive. There is actually a diagram of all the Hazel customization parts you can make, all the types of Hazels you can make, and it's pretty extensive. I was looking for it earlier when we started, but I just couldn't seem to find it anywhere. But Gengeki Hoppy makes it. But yeah, it's very extensive. You can take a look at it, and it shows you there's like more than I think 20 different variations of just the regular Hazel custom you can make.
And again, you could go all in depth with all this. Here's the wound wart, like Austen was talking about, the TR6 wound wart, like that's child.
Yeah, that's more of the poster child for the whole series, and it is transformable too.
And this looks dope, and I'm glad I'm able to jump into it. Check them out, and if y'all have any Advanced Zeta kits that's sitting in the backlog that y'all been kind of waiting to take out, this is the time to do it. You still have a few more weeks. These kits are so simple. You could, if you just want to snap build them up, you could knock this out in 45. I was gonna say 45 minutes. It's an hour and a half. Yeah, hour and a half, quick build, right? And if people that might not be sanding a panel on and you're just using stickers and you just clip and snap together, by all means, 45 minutes to an hour and a half, and jump in and tag these guys. So we're gonna go right into. Again, we're going to talk about some Advanced Zeta stuff. Austen went into the lore of it, which is kind of crazy when you break it down like that, man. When I was talking to you off air one time, and I didn't even know where this fell into the
timeline. UC timeline.
Yeah, because I got everything that you just kind of just said. So I pulled a CD, right? Like, I'm like, all right, cool. I got this Mark II Austen gave me. Shout out to him. Let me get excited. I want to read it. And I got right here. And I was like, hold on. This part right here kind of threw me off for a second. It's the part where it shows, for the people that's listening, it is the GM custom that was in not War in the Pocket, Stardust Memory. The light blue GM. And I was like, wait a minute, it showed that it was the kind of like the starter for this Advanced Zeta stuff. So I didn't know where the Advanced Zeta kind of fell into the timeline. So go ahead and take it away, man. Where does this fall into the timeline when it comes to the UC
universe?
Visual. Yeah, UC universe.
So after the original Gundam ended, which was the 1 year war, or 0079 to 0080, the Earth Federation had won, and the remnants of Zeon, pretty much the last fighters of Zeon, had scattered and turned into essentially refugees / militia groups. And these militia groups were one of them was led by the Nightmare Solomon, or Gato, who infiltrated the EFSF secret base, stole the GPO2, and used a nuke, and also dropped a colony on the Earth. After this,
the Stardust Memories people, for the people that don't know.
That was the events of Stardust Memory. Spoilers. But after Stardust Memory happened, the Earth Federation decided that they needed essentially a task force, or its own military group, to hunt down the Zeon remnants and protect the Earth, and also the colonies, technically, to keep them in line, you could say.
So almost like U.S. Marshals.
Pretty much. And this group was called the Titans. Now, the Advance of Zeta takes place right at around the beginning of this Titans group was formed. So right after Stardust Memory, these Titans groups were given gem quells and were ordered to hunt down Zeon remnants while testing new equipment. And like I said earlier, they were given Gundam head. They started putting Gundam heads on these gem quells and whatnot. But they also experimented with just adding parts, boosters, testing out new parts like subarms. So subarms originally came from Advance of Zeta, and then you find it on the O, and then you find it later in like the new Gundam and the Sazabi and whatnot, right? Booster shields and missile pockets and beam rifles and ecom B rifles, like the actual compact packs. All that was apparently from Advance of Zeta testing. And there's a whole litany of pretty much all the technology that you see in Gundam from Stardust Memory on from to next, which would be Advance of Zeta. Then after Advance of Zeta, you have Zeta Gundam, which Advance of Zeta is still going on. And Advance of Zeta continues all the way to the Grips War. And then after the Grips War, you have Black Rabbit Had a Dream, where the remnants of the remnants of the Titans group that were now exiled from the Earth's alliance, Earth Federation, were teamed up with Zeon and went on to Mars to become their own thing, their own faction. And even there, I believe they lost, if I remember correctly. Black Rabbit, I believe, did not finish or still worked on. But essentially what you have is just these group of people that were testing out new equipment, testing out new things. And, you know, these small little bits of like technology advances were just being slapped onto new mobile suits and making new custom kits and new collaborations and new joints and stuff like that. And essentially that's the lore of Advance of Zeta. It's just this test team trying to hunt down Zeon remnants and making new suits while doing it. Yeah.
So just to make sure I understand you correctly, we go from Mobile Suit Gundam, which you can watch on Netflix if you're a sub guy, or I think Funimation has it as well. Then you could go into 8th MS Team and War in a Pocket. Those are running simultaneously, right?
Yep.
Okay, so
Pocket will be the end of your 1 year war. Yep.
So you will watch that, and then you will go into then it's 83. So you go to watch Stardust Memory. I don't know where. I think Stardust Memory, for the collectors out there, you can buy it on Amazon, the complete series. And after that, it goes Advance of Zeta.
Technically, Advance of Zeta starts right at the end of Stardust Memory. Matter of fact, there's even an end clip where they're all in Zeta suits and they get Hazels. As a matter of fact, even in the reworked version of it, in the recompilation films of Zeta Gundam, you even see Hazel customs like being used in like a hangar bay accessory. Like they threw that animation in there. But yeah, so after Stardust Memory starts essentially Advance of Zeta, and then Zeta Gundam happens right in the middle, and then Zeta Gundam ends Advance of Zeta as well. And the cool kits like you see in Zeta, like the Biarlant, all come from testing out the Icarus unit, which is a flight unit version of the Hazel.
Amazing. So, and then you get the Double Zeta, and nothing from Advance of Zeta. Does anything from Advance of Zeta touch Double Zeta?
Yeah. So the TR6s were still being experimented on at that point in time. So you had one that was essentially they're testing out transforming multiple parts of a suit, but Anaheim was doing this at the same time. And then when you get to Sentinel, you're talking about this is after Zeta. Sentinel takes place sometime, I believe, right after Zeta or during Double Zeta as well. That's where you get multiple transformable suits that all have the mobile frame, transformable frames that work, and a whole litany of new type stuff. It starts getting opened up. And the Titans even start testing with that, with the TR6 Woundwort, the Psycho Blade, which is these antennas, which you've noticed in Advance of Zeta. You start seeing these weird antenna blades, and that's them testing out. It's even on the Tier 1 Hazele Raw 2. The antenna blades are these essentially like designed to look like angels, whatnot, but they are all there to test out the new types systems of controlling and give them a better range of controlling fin funnels and whatnot.
Makes sense. Okay, so then it goes Double Zeta and then Shark's counterattack. Okay, gotcha. That's what's up, man. You wear the crown. I tell you that.
It's a pretty dope universe, really. Like, because I think what attracted me too is the fact that this is all happening in the background. There's
Yeah,
never been an official animation of this. There has been those visual novels, or not visual. I guess they are visual novels technically. In Gengeki Hobby magazine, and then
yeah,
some fan novels, and then now like an official comic novel or manga
yeah,
novel in the new Gengeki Hobby with Black Rabbit Had a Dream. But you like there, everything here is kind of being partial pieced together, but
yeah.
it adds a really interesting bit of lore and a really cool insight into the history of
How,
Gundam. If you're
how
ever looking for
ironic.
more, yeah, right. If you're ever looking for more Gundam, like this kind of fills in most of those gaps.
It's just kind of like you piecing everything together, just like
Hmm.
you would have to do in some of the suits from this series,
Oh
which
yeah.
is which is dope. And speaking of suits, what's your favorite Advanced Zeta suit? I'll make mine pretty quick. It might be this one,
Hmm.
or there's a P Bandai one that you have. That anything with almost a Gundam head, I can rock with.
Hmm.
I did like that one you showed earlier, the GM with the quail, the black one you had up on the screen earlier. I
Let me
forgot.
see. Is
I
this
don't know the
one? I
name.
can bring it up for you. Is this
Yeah.
one?
Yeah. That one looks sick. I do like that.
Oh, the
But
hazel.
is that just the normal hazel? Is it this just in
Yeah.
a different color?
Yeah. So this is technically the Hazel 2. So the naming convention for Advanced Zeta gets very tricky. Essentially what you're looking at is all of them are GMs, but they call them Hazels if they have Gundam heads. And like I said before, the two numbers you only need to worry about are TR1 and TR6, because the TR6s are the wound warts based on the ball frame in the middle. The TR1s are classic gym frames. That's
Gotcha.
based on the classic gym frames. And these Hazel or Gym 1s were given these Gundam heads and called Hazels. But they are a bit different. As you can tell, they're not the Hazel custom because they don't have these large thrusters right here in the legs, right? They don't have the side thrusters. All that stuff gets added on later on with different suits and different designs. Like these are the older designs of the Hazel.
That looks dope. That looks dope.
But like
That
the
one
Hazel,
in the middle?
the one in the middle,
Yeah.
right here.
Yeah. That one looks sick.
Yeah, you can make this. So you have the Hazel, the Advanced Hazel, which comes with this backpack and these two shields here. And you can all you need now is the Hazel kit. The regular,
I have the white one.
but you have the Hazel custom. So this is a different kit. You can buy this kit separately.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying.
Yeah.
I have that one. Yeah. I am working on that one too.
Yeah. So I have this one, but I have all these kits, by the way. I have pretty much everything from here downward too.
Gotcha.
I have there's just in my storage at locker and what my case. I didn't feel like running out to go get everything I have out because it'll be here for days. But what you're looking at is essentially the Hazels. Yeah, this is a great one. This is a brand new one, by the way. These top two. This is the Hazel Cardic. This was only announced, I think, a couple months ago.
Sick.
Yeah, so this one takes the Mark II backpack, the Mark II gun, Vulcan cannon, the Mark II's beam rifle and shield, and the Mark II's side thrusters.
The side thrusters I see
on the feet on the, as you can see, it didn't have it here before, and essentially makes a whole new suit out of it called the Cardic, but it has the Gym head or the Hazel head. And here's the full armor version of it, where you have the reactive armor from the Gundam Alex, the reactive armor from the Gundam Alex as well, the backpack missiles and the side missiles from the Gym 3, and the undergrade grenade launcher, which eventually they put on the Banshee. So you have essentially all the parts that they were testing on different suits and different pieces to come together for everything else later down the line too.
That's sick, man. And then there's a P Bandai one you have that you showed me. You sent me a photo. I was like, man, if that one re-releases, I'll pick it up. Let me see.
The Hazel Ozla. Yeah.
Let me just, is that the one?
Yeah, that's actually the one that I have right here in my hand. This one right here. Yeah. So this
one looks amazing.
Yeah. So if you tab the Primrose, which is an accessory set, you can actually change the entire chest configuration of this kit.
Do you have a picture of how you pronounce it? The Ozla?
Ozla. Yeah, I can bring it up for you. Let me just get out of this one.
Cause that looks sick, man.
Yeah, and the Hazel Ozla is probably my favorite suit, I would say actually it probably not just probably, it is my favorite one. Hands down. It's the reason why it's my favorite is because it's kind of what got me into Advance of Zeta to begin with.
Yeah.
I was just scrolling through and I came across this suit and I absolutely lost my mind. What you're looking at is the white version. What you're talking about is the blue version, which is this one right here. I don't know if you can see that, but it's going to be this kit right here.
Yeah, that one looks pretty dope. I do like, so the one I'm a big fan of the Titans Blue. A huge fan of that. And so anything Titans Blue where the frame is like that, I'm down for it. So if it re-releases, I'm down for that.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised with this. Well, the thing with the Advance of Zeta TR1s is that they re-release so infrequently. You would see a re-release like so often of like the new Jim Spartan and everything like that. But these Hazel kits are, I don't know, when they come out, you got to get them.
So what is it just the chest? That's the difference.
So it's the shoulders right here.
Okay, yep, you're right.
The head and the chest. And what it is there's actually like an escape unit that you have to transform, a little piece you have to transform to make it fit this side. It's like the core fighter, essentially.
Okay.
But the core fighter is the entire body of the kit. And what you can get in the end of it is the Hazel Oslaw. And this comes from the booster pack from those Hazels I showed you before. Yeah. The rail rifle from the Gunpla, which is another Advanced Zeta kit, which is essentially the Haruru or the Hariru something. And the laser cannon that you have here on the side, which I have essentially made my own here. I just don't have this backpack attached to it because I have another Hazel Oslaw. Matter of fact,
this is, I hope everybody that's listening, you have your pencil, you have your paper, and you're writing it down. Because comment below, what are y'all like? Do y'all like AOZ? Do y'all like Advanced Zeta stuff? What's your favorite suit from the series? As you can tell, this is Austen's lane. I'm just letting him run with it. This is sick. This is some sick stuff, man. Not only this is new to me, so it feels like I'm in like a whole new series without watching it. That's the crazy part. It feels like I can't watch it, so the kits itself is going to be my fix, and it's like I need the kits, not all of them, but if anything probably TR1, I will cop from here on out. And wow, that's right there.
Yeah, so I have this one in high grade phone. I wanted to get it in master grade, but I was unfortunately not fast enough, and as a result, my I lost out on that, and the price was a bit high, and I just didn't have the money at the time, unfortunately. So I feel terrible about that, but hey, I have it, and these are essentially the same suits here. Matter of fact, these are essentially the same suit that you're building right here.
Yeah.
But what's different is as you can see, the white parts that I put in, but the chest,
the shoulder, the chest
and the shoulders,
same.
But they're essentially the same.
But yours don't have the visor on yours. You don't like the visor.
Well, I put the visor on mine for the Oslaw because you have to, and I put the visor on the blue ones because I like it. But no, mostly I like the visor. It's just I don't have enough of them. When you buy one, you only get one. So
yeah,
if they had two, I would keep a couple. But like for example, I got that one there too.
Yeah.
But yeah, nah, man, it's the Hazel Oslaw is my favorite kit. A lot of people like the other kits, like maybe
like you said, the wound wart, right? Like the wound wart,
the wound wart, or the Oslaw Raw, the Hazel Raw 2 full form, which you can turn this into a cruiser if you have the jetpack or the extended booster pack, which you saw me have actually.
Yeah, and you took the words right out of my mouth. For the people that don't know, here's some fun trivia for you. One of the earliest memories I have of Austen is him bringing like 7 P Bandai kits into Hobbytown one day. I was like, God damn, why does he need so many damn kits? He's about to work on all of them. No, it was 7 fucking Advanced Zeta kits, and he pieced them all up. And I mean, I'm telling you, he made this suit that took up at least half the table. You think the backpack on The Psycho Zaku is crazy. When I saw this, I don't want to call it a monstrosity. This Frankenstein kit, man. I was like, man, what is this with the decals, with the colorful emblem, with the hazel, the Titan? I'm like, golly, what is this? And he started telling me, oh, this is this, that, and the third. And I'm like, man, this is crazy. And after that, I got on to the TR1 Hazel Custom. The high grade I got from my homie Mark. Shout out to him. And from there, I've been trying to just piece these up together. These together.
And if you want to see what I built, here it is.
This, oh yeah. Look it.
That's what I built at Hobbytown. I have the jetpack over there saved, but I don't have enough space on my desk.
That's what it was. Austen was upset because that decal on the backpack bubbled up. And I was like,
yeah, and I was mad.
And I'm like, that's what you can, this kit. I mean, this is a kit basher's dream.
Essentially, yeah.
Essentially, is Kit Basher's dream.
It's a Kit Basher's wet dream, and that kit was essentially what came from this. This is what's inside of there. So,
and how did you get that thruster?
That thruster. That was a P Bandai kit that you did have to buy separately. It was an expansion part.
It's okay, expansion part. So that doesn't come with. Again, what is this one called for the listeners on Spotify? Go on your smartphones, iPads, whatever you have, and type this in.
Yeah, so this is the Hazel Raw 2. If you just type in Hazel and then Raw, that's Romeo Alpha Hotel, and then number 2 into Google, this will be one of the first images that pop up for you. And what this essentially is that it's this kit here, that's in its mobile armor form, and then it transforms into a cruiser form with that jetpack on the back that you get from the Gunpla, which is another kit from Zeta that makes it essentially a cruiser. And these are the blade beam rifles that stick out of it, and you can essentially get to combat quicker. And then eventually it detaches that and goes into attack mode. But that expansion part can also be used on this as well, this is the TR1 Hazen Raw 2. This is once again, this is the naming conventions get very confusing, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Hazen Raw 2. And Hazen, you can just say it depends on the chest piece here. This much bigger, redder chest piece.
Yeah.
But you can add the jetpack onto that to make a cruiser form of the Hazen Raw 2. And like I said, which is going to be this kit right
store.
Yeah,
kid in the candy store, man.
It just keeps going and going and going. And I mean, it is endless. It is never endless. Yeah. It just keeps going. Yeah. So, and then eventually you get to bigger suits like the TR6 Inlay, which is the largest mobile armor in history of Gundam. You get even bigger suits
that's bigger than the Neo Zeon.
Yeah. The inlay is bigger than the Neo Zeon. Matter of fact, the inlay is so large that you see those yellow parts back here.
Yeah,
those are Gundams. Those are TR6 Woundwards. It uses them as funnels.
Wow.
And in the middle is that little red part. How big of that red part I showed you on the mobile suit was? That little red part is its chest.
Wow.
And as you can see, it keeps going and going and going. And right here is the gun. This middle part's the gun.
Of course.
And it sticks up and aims at. Yeah. And there's even a bigger form of it. And there's a ship that carries 3 of them. That deploys them. And there's the flight form. Oh, and there's the... Yeah, that's right. And here's the booster part for the gas tank. And I'm sorry. I'm a kid in a candy store. I'm looking at all these and just being remembered with fond memories.
Man, that's
the mobile armor for that. And then there's even a larger, well, not larger, but a big part that takes the Psycho Gundam parts and attaches it to it. So you have the Psycho Gundam parts attached to it as well to make the Queenly, which is a different form of that as well. Like I said, now for those listening, for those watching, I'm just saying words, and they're all coming around. But like if you dive into this, this all makes sense, and it is endless, and it just keeps going and going. Like this one, for example, is the Dendrobium mixed with the TR6 inlay. So you have the Dendrobium from Stardust Memory, and then I mean we can just keep going forever.
Yeah, it's And that's just a picture of the wound wart right there. That's
what the poster child
almost
for it.
yeah, almost like a female mobile suit.
Yeah, and what's funny, it's a male name. So Advance of Zeta, all the names are based off of characters from Watership Down, which is a famous book that had rabbits in it. And it's a British book, and the reason why is apparently because the main commander of the unit just likes rabbits, so they just named all their suits after rabbit names. So Woundwort is the leader of one of the gangs, Hazel, Osla, Hootaroo. They're not Hootaroo, but other names. They're all rabbit names.
Gotcha. That's sick, man. You got me looking like I got to dive into it more. But right now, this is my favorite suit from that.
Mm-hmm.
In that the one you showed earlier. What did you say? What yours? You said yours was that
the Osla. Yeah, the Osla is not one. Number 2 would be from the AOZ reboot, which would be a close second. Would be the Galgoog 3. This takes all the parts from the Galgoog and essentially just makes it cooler.
Yeah. Now we're talking. Because earlier I was like, I'm not a big fan of the Galgoog with the Dom bell bottom skirts. I'm like, nah. But now we're cooking. That looks like Sazabi feet.
So this is the Gal. So this happens in AOZ reboot. So this is after Char's counterattack, apparently, or before Char's counterattack, right before it. And they have Galgoog. They have the Sazabi parts mixed with Galgoog parts. And as you can see, they use the original Galgoog, the high mobility Galgoog Vortex or whatever it's called. And personally, I like the regular grunt color. More. But yeah, no, that's going to be a close second. This thing looks so sick. I can't wait for a model kit of this. Apparently they're making the AOZ reboot kits now, so this is really coming up.
Barzam is the couple of Barzams from there you go.
And speaking of Barzam, this is the Barzam 2. So if you look over here, we have the Barzam, the Hazel, Osla, and the TR6s, and all the Zaku 3 parts and whatnot. And they made a Barzam 2 with the Primrose 2 part, and this is the precursor to the Unicorn Gundam's split V-fin technique.
Sheesh.
So the hood opens up, so it goes from not having any face to opening everything up, and now it has a Gundam head.
Amazing. You hear. This is why Austen gets to keep his job.
Have I earned it? Have I earned it back now? Here's the diagram, by the way, just for the Nemo. So the Nemo had a whole bunch of upgrades as well, and as you see, the Nemo ended up getting the Nemo, the Gym 3, the Gym 2. But yeah, no, I earned myself back on the working staff now.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. This is
good.
All right, CD, you can come on in. We're gonna give him his grade now. I'm gonna bring CD in now. Like somebody was listening. So far though, what's your non-favorite suit?
Oh man, so my non-favorite, that's a toughie, because there are some suits they look cool on paper, but I just don't like.
Yeah, I think the traditional Barzam for me is is that in Advance of Zeta?
The traditional Barzam is not. It's technically a Zeta kit, but not Advanced Zeta. But this reboot version is the redesign of Zeta. Like if they got their hands on the Barzam first, they would have made this, which is a way better design in my opinion.
Okay,
this knocks it out the park compared to the original one.
Then I'll take that back, and there is one that is a standard release model kit that's like $32. Remember, I was telling you I don't know the name of it. It looks like a mobile armor.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the name of it though.
Is it
Haru Haroo? Haroo?
The Hootaroo? The Hootaroo is a extension part. So, are we talking about I know the naming conventions make this nearly impossible.
Yeah, it's let me just see if I can pull it up. I got you.
Is it an aqua suit? Is it?
No, I think it's the same color as the Titan. The Titan's blue.
Titan's blue. Is it based off the Gundam head or?
I don't think so. Let me just see what standard release kits came out for Advance of Zeta. Peru. It starts with, is it? Man, I want to find it right now. Here we go. It is the. I'm not a big fan of how it looks. I could be wrong with maybe down the line after I get into the lore a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I might pick it up because of the lore. Let me zoom in.
Yeah, there's a couple of kit designs that I'm actually not so hot about. I'll say I like 95% of them, but there's some of them I'm just like, eh.
Yeah, it's just something about it. It just doesn't stick, right? Like,
yeah, it doesn't hit as hard. Like they redesigned the Hyzax, and the Hyzax, in my opinion, look pretty good, but they could be better. Oh, the Gunpla. Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of how this looks. I've seen this in Hobbytown a few times, and I'm like, at least the high grade. The box art looks dope, but the suit itself does not look prototype mobile suit. So it's not a mobile armor.
Yeah, it's technically a so this appears in Zeta and Hathaway's Flash. So in the opening scene of Hathaway's Flash, when they're flying down to Earth and they get taken over by the terrorist on that jet, the suit that flies up behind them is this, but painted in its original colors, and it has the booster pack that I showed you earlier on it as well, because this is the original suit that used that booster pack. As a matter of fact, in the original kit, not the Titans version of this, if you bought that kit, the Gunpla, you would get the booster pack on the back of it as well. And now you wouldn't be able to connect it to these hazels if you buy it, because there's a special connection piece that you need to buy that they made it possible for it. But I'm right there with you. This is one of the first Advanced Zeta kits I ever bought. I bought the Advanced Hazel, the regular Hazel Custom, and that. And out of all of them, I like that one the least. It's very old kit too. It's one of the older kits where the beam rifle you have to paint. Like the beam saber you have to paint. It doesn't come clear. There's no clear parts for it. You have to paint the beam saber.
Ouch. Well, it does have the red Bandai logo, so you can only imagine what year it is. Let me see if I can see.
It's old.
2006, yeah. Almost 20 years old. Golly. But that's probably my least favorite. I don't know. What are you two?
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you. That's one of my least favorite ones as well. I think a close second for least favorite would be probably the Fiver, which they never built a kit of it, but it's a design that was essentially the mobile armor version that was like before you get to the inlay.
Gotcha.
For me, I don't know why this just doesn't look good for me. Like everything's pointing this way, but all your controls are going that way. Like all the art lines are going a different direction. Yeah. So I'm just like, this ain't for me. Gotcha. And also the big gun, which is this version right here, which is a Zaku that's connected to a giant gun and essentially a jet platform on the back of it. And like, it's pretty silly. I never liked it.
Here are some, I guess, more suits as well. Looking at this instruction manual, I look down and these look pretty dope. But I you know what? I would cop these if these came out standard release.
Oh, the Zaku's, yeah, the Hyzax,
and the one that
the beta,
the 117. That's what it's called, the beta.
Yeah. The alpha, they released that as remember the red suits that they had for Zeta? It's called the Veda or something like that. I forgot the name of it.
I think I know what you're talking about.
In Zeta, that was the suit, but the Titans had a adjusted version of it. I think what I would really like to see is this Dolven Wolf, their version of the Dolven Wolf, and the Zaku 3. So their version of the Dolven Wolf and Zaku 3 is this.
Oh wow! And the Dolven Wolf is the Silver Bullet.
Yeah, it's a Silver Bullet suppressor, and their version of the Dolven Wolf would be like this. This looks absolutely sick. It's probably one of my favorites as well. They even have one that has twin Gatling guns. That's like a white version. We even have a Lala's suit, which they take the two suits I hate the most in Gundam.
Those look terrible.
And they transform and they take pieces from them though, but they add it to Lala's ship.
Is that not the Kshatriya? Wow.
That's Lala's.
I know, but it looks like the Kshatriya.
It looks like the Kshatriya, yeah. And then they pretty much trick it out to be this.
That's dope.
Which it looks way better in my opinion. Looks fantastic. And even if you're a fan of War in the Pocket, They got War in the Pocket suit as well.
Updated. Oh wow! So it's almost like they just took every UC and just updated design.
Pretty much.
Gotcha. That's what's up. So let me ask you this, man. Ranking. If this was animated, or if you don't, or you can keep it how it is, would the story and the lore you think will pull it top 5?
You know, that's a toughie. It would really have to depend, believe it or not, on not even on the designs of the suits and whatnot, because I've already have enough of that, right?
Yeah,
I already see enough of that, and to see it animated would be cool. It was the TR6 Wound War was animated in Re-Rise, I believe, Gunpla Re-Rise, Build Divers Re-Rise, both versions of it. But it would really have to depend on the characters and them having to deal with the duality of, or coming to grips with how fascist the Titans have become, and them having to struggle with duty and honor, right? And that's kind of the duality of the situation they find themselves in. Do they continue to follow their orders, or do they, continue to try and be good human beings and not try to subjugate a group of people just because they live in outer space? But if they touch on that and they like do a more human aspect of it and they treat it very seriously, I would say, yeah, I would absolutely love it. It probably might be my favorite series of all time, especially for Gundam.
Would you want to? I would like to see this.
I would like to see this over Sentinel if they do that.
I would like this if I could get it in 90s animation. I don't know if I would want to see. Would you want? I mean, I wouldn't turn down Origins animation if they did this, obviously, because Origins looks amazing. But if they did it in like World 8th and Mess Team, at Endless Waltz style, that would be sick to see some of these suits.
Yeah. If they did, especially in Endless Waltz with that grainy texture style, it would be pretty amazing. I mean, I'm looking at I have the book here that was made back in I believe 2019, but it has all the original artwork that they started in Dengeki Hobby with that very much 90s kind of early 2000s art style of the kits, and it looks fantastic.
Yeah, I think you let me borrow that one.
Yeah,
and it looks
and it looks absolutely fantastic. So I mean, like even suits that you don't really get to see a lot of, right? This art style makes them look fantastic, makes them look fun, or even like there's a type of I don't know what the word to say is, but something that brings it alive to make it feel like an aesthetic of it that makes it feel real. Just feel something. It makes you feel something. But yeah, it is. I would love to see this animated. If they ever do make this an animated series, it would be, I think, probably one of my favorite ones. If they follow the story and the human aspect of what these people had to go through, and them just trying out these new suits, putting their lives on the line, not knowing if it's going to work or not. Like they have the Gym Sniper 3 here, which is not even a seen suit a lot of, right? They had a couple of those, and we all have the Sniper 2, but we never really see the Sniper 3 and the Nemo and stuff like that. And then there's even a spin-off series for Advanced Zeta stuff, but yeah, no, I would love to see it. I would love to see, actually, you know what, I would love to see Sentinel and this both animated. Probably Sentinel first, because Sentinel already has that human aspect to it, and the fight scenes apparently in Sentinel were ballistic, like crazy, like seeing 3 Phazes go up against a Mark 5. Like that would have been insane. That would be insane to see. These are just going around kind of taking pop shots at Xeon suits and just watching them die. So
yeah, I think it would be pretty dope to see. So hopefully the powers that be eventually would give us something, maybe OVA or something. That'd be pretty dope to see. But comment down below, people. Did Austen push you over the fence when it comes to his Advanced Zeta? Because I'm letting you know right now, he pushed me over the fence and I'm still running. I'm still not running away, running to these Advanced Zeta kits.
Well, once again, use this as just a jumping off point. I didn't even go over nearly half of the stuff, nearly half of the things in here. So if you get a chance, dive into it yourself.
Bless you.
Excuse me. Thank you. Take a look for yourself, and and enjoy the half the fun of it is just getting lost in it. So
Yeah. And don't forget, check out Vulcan Hobby, vulcanhobby.com to get 10% off. Use the Undergate 10 to get 10% off of your order. And looking at it, Vulcan Hobby actually has the Gunpla. Again, Austen and I, not a big fan of it, but you might be. And
I'll say this: if you do get this, there is a really nice booklet in the instruction manual that you can't read Japanese, but if you can, it has some pretty cool screenshots of like other suits and stuff like that in it. So there is a reason to get this, and that beam rifle right there, that is the blade rifle. It does get you started on some of the parts you're going to need.
Yeah, right now, Vulcan Hobby has it in stock for $38. You save some money and use Undergate 10 to get 10% off your order and start off your advanced Zeta just like I did, and hit up Austen and get some dope ideas and some what other kits that you could piece together with this. And man, so definitely check out Vulcan Hobby. Use the code Undergate 10 to get 10% off your order. Don't forget to use hashtag Undergate Project 23 because Project 23 is alive and running well. I'm working on the Exia. I'm sorry, not Exia. Yeah, Exia.
Exia. Yep.
We have Austen working on his stuff. We have CD working on his stuff. We have people tagging us and stuff. So make sure you're using Undergate Project 23. We're gonna run a giveaway soon. I promise y'all that with this hashtag. So insider trader right there. But make sure y'all using this hashtag. We're gonna pull it up and we're gonna see what some of the progression almost halfway through through the year 2023. So that should let you know when we're I know, right?
We're almost halfway.
And that should let you know when we're probably going to run the halfway point of Project 23. So anyway,
giveaway halfway there. Give you a halfway break. You're you're halfway through the marathon. We got to give you some water.
Yeah, exactly.
How you feeling? Here's a kit or 2 or 3.
Man, oh man. But until next time, it's been fun, Austen, bro. You took me down a rabbit hole, ironically, with
thank
this
you for letting me. Yeah, thank you for letting me.
I've been waiting
to splurge on Advanced Zeta stuff. So.
Yeah. Man, I've been waiting for this, and the fact that it's AOZ month, go hit up More Than One or Nick Models on Instagram. Jump on this Advanced Zeta April stuff. It's really taking over, especially on the IG side of things. It's fun just to get out in the community and kind of rub shoulders and rub elbows with some pretty dope people in the community when it comes to this Advanced Zeta. I didn't know anything about Advanced Zeta. Advanced Zeta April kind of put me on, and seeing how many people really get prepped. I've seen people start buying kits for this in like February, early March, getting ready for AOZ month. So
man, some people stock up.
Quick.
Stock up, and they don't even get done like within the month of April. Like it's gonna be a whole. I can already tell you half the stuff I have, I'm not gonna be able to get done. What am I talking about? 99.9% of the stuff I have, I'm not gonna get done in April. So,
but check them out and jump in on the fun, or get some kits and get ready for next year. And that's pretty much it, people. I'm Coop. That's Austen. Advance of Austen. I'm telling you. CD. CD as well. Shout out to Chloe's dad. Y'all go follow him on Instagram as well. Don't forget, we're undergated, never underrated. Until next time. Peace.